Greetings, our Frederick Riddle here with another episode of Christian News and Views. And this is episode 2671, and this is Monday. Now, I refer you to last Friday's episode, episode 70, and it was a special edition, and I featured a video in there that you might want to just watch it maybe before or after or both, just to get the whole picture. But here's what happened. Trump says that here's the headline. Trump says U.S. Navy attack and seized Iranian flag cargo ship. Here's the article. President Donald Trump said in a post on his social media platform Sunday afternoon that the U.S. Navy had attacked an Iranian flag cargo ship in the Gulf of Oman and that U.S. Marines have taken custody of the vessel. Today, an Iranian flag cargo ship named Tuska, Touska, nearly 900 feet long and weighing almost as much as an aircraft carrier, tried to get past our naval blockade, and did not go well with them or for them, Trump said in the post. U.S. Central Command confirmed that the destroyer USS Spruance intercepted the Tuska as it transited the North Arabian Sea towards the Iranian port of Bandar Abbas. After repeated warnings over a 6-hour time span, the destroyer named the Tuska's crew warned the Tuska's crew to vacate the engine room and fired several rounds at that location from its 5-inch gun, according to CENTCOM. Marines later boarded the ship and it remains in U.S. custody. It appears to be the first instance of the U.S. attacking and seizing a merchant vessel since it instituted the blockade of Iranian ports. The president further wrote that U.S. Marines have custody of the vessel, which he said is under U.S. Treasury sanctions because of their prior history of illegal activity. We have full custody of the ship and are seeing what's on board. The move comes after Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane warned that the U.S. would actively enforce the blockade on Iranian flagged vessels around the globe. Again, I refer you to the video. In addition to this blockade, the joint force, through operations and activities in other areas of responsibility, like the Pacific Area of Responsibility under the command of Admiral Papero, will actively pursue any Iranian flagged vessel or any vessel attempting to provide material support to Iran. This includes dark fleet vessels carrying Iranian oil, Kane said in a Pentagon press conference Thursday. So here's my opinion. Iran's reaction has been theatrical. I went and I read a little bit of theirs. It's basically empty threats. Now they do get some of their missiles that go through and do some damage. The greatest damage, I think, is psychological in the different ships. Maybe either their captains or those who own the ships are not willing to take the risk. So, but I personally, I think that this intimidation tactic should be allowed to succeed. Why? Well, because a variety of nations are already sending their empty cargo ships to the United States to get our oil, to buy our oil. This is good for the United States and ultimately for the world. I have not seen a timetable for when the alternate land routes will be in place, and that's between the sea, and there's the straits right here, and so you've got to have a land route here to get from here, the sea up here to down here, the port down here, and so the land route would take it across there. How much capacity they could do? Yeah, I'm assuming it would probably be less than what is currently it goes through by ship. Certainly would be faster, but if that is not available to them, then this is a better thing than just sitting there and um, just sitting there with full tanks of oil. So I think that when the alternate routes are in place and are being used, just the threat of it can have a positive impact on oil prices and upon Iran's future. And so what I want you to understand, folks, is this, that the press paints a very dark picture here. But this is the picture that we should be seeing, the more accurate one, is the one we saw on Friday, and where the ships are coming to the United States. We are once again becoming a number one, or very close to it, exporter of oil around the world. When was the last time that took place? First term of President Trump. Didn't have a war going on at the time. He just simply used other methods, and by opening up some of our oil reserves and relaxing some of the laws, things of this nature, so it encouraged domestic production. And there was success. Not only were we exporting oil, we were doing it safely and we were prospering from it as well. Then Biden got in, basically pulled the plug, and we went back to almost third world. Not really, that's not really true. We did not go back because what Trump had established was greater than what Biden could overcome. And so we actually, I believe since he got elected in 20, and so since 23, 24, somewhere in there, oil prices our exporting has increased marginally, but an upward trend. Now it's really getting up there because Iran has been blockading and trying to blockade the straits. Now the United States and Israel is blockading the straits much more effectively, and they've actually seized a ship. So that's pretty much it for today. I just want you to see that I think this is encouraging news. Take it and look at it yourself and see what you think. But I think long term, it's encouraging news. And yes, Russia, Iran, and China are suffering now and may suffer more, but they will be back, because we know that from the Bible, that they will come against Israel someday, probably within my lifetime. And I don't have that many years left. So that is something that could very well last in my lifetime, your lifetime. And so this is encouraging news now for this battle, for this war. And it's been going on for 47 years. We just finally put our own foot down and said, enough is enough, and are retaliating. Well, so I hope that has encouraged you, informed you, and inspired you. And don't forget this, T&R Independent Books wants you, if you want to be you're a Christian and you want to be a writer, then we have courses for you. We have basic authors training for you, and that will lead to being published. We also have, perhaps you already know how to write, maybe you've written a book, looking for a publisher, or maybe you are almost done and looking for a publisher. Well, check us out. We could very well be the publisher you're looking for. So just simply go to trbookservices.com/shop and that'll take you right to our bookstore, and you can go into the writing department and find out just what we are offering. And don't forget, there is a 26% discount on certain services. Well, you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.